And hello, this is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor. It's a Sunday morning. I hope everybody's getting up, getting ready to get a spiritual blessing, maybe spending some time with family and friends, maybe doing a little bit of traveling over to the beach. I don't know where you live. But it's a beautiful day for that, and it is going to be a beautiful day. And I look forward to getting up. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning now as I record this, so I still have time to plan my day. One of the things that has been bothering me is that we are seeing more and more people homeless. They can't afford to rent an apartment because their money just does not live up to the rents that are being charged out there. So they're living in their car. City of Sedina, Arizona created this camping ground just for those individuals who cannot afford to live in an apartment. So they can park their car there. They've set up showers so that they can take their showers on a daily basis. But they're working. They're working at all the hotels. They're the individual who's taking your bags up to your room or who's serving you in the restaurant. But these are what is called the working poor. And we're seeing it more and more every single day. Even here in California, we have individuals who are attending school but are not able to find housing that they can afford, so they're living in their cars. And they have places where they go around finding spots where they can park their car where no one's going to see them. No one's going to give them a hard time. There are cities who have set up parking lots so that the working poor can now stay in a parking lot that's safe and secure. So we're seeing this more and more. Now, this happened about 3 years ago during the pandemic in Australia. And they had all of these individuals who were the working poor. The rates of living in an apartment went up in Australia so that no one could afford them. We have the same situation in California where the working poor cannot afford a place to stay. If you drive down the streets of Los Angeles, you will see people who have motorhomes that are not working, but they have motorhomes and campers that are just parked along the street. And that's where they're living. And they become these whole streets filled with the working poor. They have jobs, but they just don't have enough to buy the right kinds of food, the right kinds of living spaces that they need to survive in. You see people living in tents in California because they are the working poor. So it's not just in California, but it's all over the United States where individuals can no longer live the life that they want to live in a nice, secure house. Instead, they are living in their car. This is very near and dear to me because it could happen to any one of us. Just lose a job and you can be out on the streets because you can no longer afford to pay your rent. So, the working poor are a vital part of our nation. They're the ones holding down the jobs and doing their work, and some of them are accountants, some of them are people in hotels and serving you at your local restaurant or teacher. Even some teachers are not able to afford an apartment because they're just too expensive. This has got to change. We cannot be in America where we have these individuals who are good citizens, who are not in trouble, but they're the working poor. Working, but they cannot afford a nice place to live. It happens every single day. I've seen it. I have felt it. And I know about it. And these individuals are good Americans. And yet, they're not making enough to pay for rent. So we're in a sticky situation, aren't we? Where we Americans are now on the streets, living in cars. I was surprised a few years ago that I think it was the University of Chicago or the University of Illinois. I can't remember, but they were talking about how many children are homeless on the streets. There was over 700,000 children who are homeless on the streets. Now, there's a bigger story to that we're not going to go into today. But we have got to be more concerning about these individuals because they're in trouble. They are in a place of non-secure living styles on the street. Especially if you're in California, my gosh, anything can happen here in California. So on this Sunday, I really want you to think about the working poor. And I want you to pray for them because they really need your prayer more than ever before. If you know of someone who's living in their car or who's trying to survive, help. It's a simple process of helping. But these individuals need your help. They need your prayers. We as a society need to do something better for these individuals. I love these cities who have put places aside for them to park safely or to live safely in their cars. Those are communities that are taking action. The economy is not a good economy. Inflation continues to grow. Food becomes more expensive. The cost of gasoline to propel these cars that people are living in is more expensive. We can't allow this to happen any longer. And the problem is, can we really trust government to do anything about it? No. The answer is no, because they are more concerned about taxation, more concerned about spending on things that are not needed. We're wasting money. We're wasting dollars every single day when we have individuals that need our help very badly. So let's think about that today. If you're going to church, keep it in the back of your mind. Pray about it. Think of ways that you can help. Because the working poor is out there. And it might be somebody that you know. This is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor. I'll talk with you soon. God bless. Bye-bye. Happy Sunday.